this does not bode well when you can't get on the stool cleanly for production. We're going to flow, though. So enter a flow state. It's a flow Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Full Circus. My name is Tristan. So happy to be here with you guys today. I will say this, man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy, and I'm feeling froggy, and I'm ready to leap through some topics and conversation with you today. Now, take a look around the room. You might notice some slight miniature advancements, upgrades, perchance, persnickety, perhaps. And if you don't, it's because I'm lying. I didn't do anything. And fool you once, that's shame on you. And I might fool you again. I really can't say. I woke up feeling pranky today, you know? Some people wake up feeling cranky. Some people wake up feeling grumpy. And they go, I'm in a mood. Well, I woke up feeling pranky. I'm sorry about it. Why'd you put the rubber band around the nozzle? Like, I'm soaked. Well, I'm sorry. It's an addiction. I just woke up this way. I woke up feeling pranky. So, sorry to tug at your little, investigator strings. But, that's the mood I'm in. Stay tuned. There might be more. But besides that, guys, I'm feeling really thrilled. I think the biggest contributor to that is that for whatever reason, the past 45 minutes, I've been singing rap songs in I don't know if you call it medieval or Old English, but a very over-theatrical sort of sense, in very, 'tis ha, Ace Balthazar, regular show, just taking, aggressive lyrics, bang, 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 bang with me, no more playing in this game, because this thing could get risky, so if you ain't in the school, we're going to fight, and taking a violent attitude and making it very silly, and I've been doing that constantly, and I'd recommend you try it. It is very, very fun, so I don't know if I can stop. This might be my new caffeine. It's just, being weird. And you know what? I've never stopped, and I'll never have to start, because I'm just going to stay weird so you don't got to get weird, baby. You know what I'm saying. So yeah, dude, life's great. Can't complain. But I could have complained very recently. I had some internet trouble, okay? But hear me out, dude. Here, check this out. It was not just internet trouble. My internet worked fine with everything. We are still uploading the podcast. We're recording. I'm doing my work, taking care of business. Good, great, grand, golly gee, what a miracle. Except my PlayStation, for whatever reason, could not connect to the internet. How bizarre. I start looking stuff up. Okay, I didn't want to just call the internet provider out of the gates. I'm trying to take care of business myself. I don't want to inconvenience people and be like, well, what do I do? Like, well, have you tried looking it up, Jack? Other people got stuff to do. So I'm deep in the forums. I'm trying DNS and proxy and safe mode and cache and credit and all of it, dude. I'm deep. I feel like I'm hacking this thing. I feel like I'm really about to solve this. Every single thing is a dead end. I stumble onto a deep, dark, secret forum. Lots of text, and, the colors were arguably a bit moodier. And I was like, well, this guy he's got some secrets. And he goes, if you've tried everything, there is one ultimate fail-safe. It is such daft, desperate move, okay? I'd hate for it to come to this, but you can reset your PS5. You can format it. You can erase everything, all your data, and save files and games and memories and what have you over the past 5 or 6 years. But it's yielded me nothing but glorious and victory in the face of bad and curious bandwidths. And I saw the comments. People go, well, it was a hard blow. It hurt, but it worked. And I go, okay, well, I should probably call my internet provider before I take such a crazy leap, okay? So I call them up, and he starts instructing me through my account and how to look at all these things, and I can't get into it. And he's like, well, what's your PIN? I go, I don't know. Where do I find that? And he goes, it should have come on a piece of paper you got about 2 months after you got your modem. And I go, that was 2 years ago. I have no idea where that is. He goes, okay, well, what's your account number? I go, where do I find that? He says, that's on the same paper. I go, well, I got news for you. We're out of luck here. He goes, all right. So what you're going to need to do is travel about 45 miles to an undisclosed T-Mobile location. I go, wait. I got my credit card. I got my name, my email, my actual password, security questions, Social Security. What do you want? We can get into the account. He goes, no. We simply couldn't use those. Travel out distance by horse, perhaps. Just deep, find this random T-Mobile store and bring 2 valid forms of identification. They'll give you a one-time PIN. You come back to me. We'll unlock it, get you a new PIN, and then we can start investigating further into your account. I say, but you can see it right now, so I don't actually need to get into it, right? He goes, well, yes. I go, okay, well, just can you tell me if there's anything wrong with it? He's like, no, there's no trouble. There's no bandwidth. There's no throttling. There's no anything. I see no problem with it. It looks like it's running gloriously. I go, well, it's not. My PlayStation isn't connecting. So I'm talking to this guy. Also, it's 2 a.m., so I can't even go and attempt this random quest he wants to set out for me. And I am like, I'm kind of out of luck here, dude. And he goes, that's really hard to hear. Was there anything else I can help you with? And I go, no, just my PlayStation. Why is it just my play? Like, do you have anything? You have anything you can offer me? He goes, okay, well, I don't really like to do this, but I do have one super secret trick. And I go, oh, is he going to tell me to format it or something? He goes, no. It is something that has yielded me much benefit, okay? And it is a kind of a low key, it's a high pressure maneuver, but not a lot of people know about it. And I go, oh, yes, I'm listening. He goes, go to the back of the modem. Unplug it. Okay? Plug it back in. Oh, okay. I tried that, actually. I tried that. I went to all the router settings already. Oh, well, I'm out of luck. So anyways, when T-Mobile store opens, we'll get back to you. So I was depressed and sad, and then that yielded nothing but more unfortunates as I had to finally restore my PS5 and lose everything because I had to take this Hail Mary leap, only to find out that it didn't do anything! I deleted everything. That was the grand freaking poobah of fixing PlayStations, and it did not. It did not fix anything. So I was sad. I start looking into new PlayStations, which, by the way, surprise, PlayStation just upped their prices by $50, like 6 years into their market. Well, the state of the economy. No, you can't do that on a PlayStation that, one, has problems, doesn't work, it's devalued. And if COVID, all that stuff is already passed. I know the economy's bad now, but you can't go afterwards. You want to make a new console and then sell it for $700 and make that egregious and take the Nintendo route and we go, hey, you're very cheap on whatever we'll buy it. You can't do that now. And plus, they're everywhere. They're already used. Like, what is this? It's disrespect. It's disrespectful, and we will not stand for disrespect. We will sit for it because there's nothing more you can do when your PlayStation's broken. You need to get a new one. So I am organizing some meetups to go and get a new PlayStation. Long story longer because I got more details. But right before I do that, I for some reason go and try my PlayStation at my parents' house. Internet connects just fine, and then I realized that I guess it really is my internet. So I call back, and this lady answers, and then she's like, well, I don't know what I can do, but I do have this one super secret move. And I go, if you're going to tell me to unplug it again, let's just move on. So she's like, oh, well, I guess you can go to the T-Mobile store. But before I'm about to venture out and do this very egregious mission, some lady knocks her off the phone. I don't know if I was on speaker in some big call center. He goes, oh, you having trouble with your PS4? I help people with their systems all the time. I'm tech support. I go, where were you at? Oh, this is great. I was asking about tech support. And the guy's like, well, all I have is this sweet trick. So then she just hops right into the files. I go, before you do anything, I should stop you. I don't have my account or PIN yet. She go, oh, that's fine. We have your account. We're looking right at it. I go, okay, well, what should I do? She says, you try all this. And she starts taking me through all the steps that I already tried in the forums. And I go, yeah, I guess there's not much you can really do either. But I do appreciate your help. At least you're making a grand effort. And then she goes, well, let me look at something real quick. Tick, 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 tick. Pulls up my account. She says, yeah, there's some sort of throttle or filter on your thing where it's not letting you get your Xbox or PlayStation connected. And I go, what? I asked the guy. She goes, yeah, it doesn't even say there's a reason for it, but it's off now. Try it again. Click. Done. Fix. Oh, dude, for 10 days, I had no PlayStation as I was fiddling with all this crap, and this beautiful soul fixed it in a freaking instance. And she was also great, too. We were talking about just traveling. She was just so bubbly and fun. And she's like, yeah, my husband's out in Hawaii. I was like, no way! So it actually took longer than it needed to because she was such a great person and she never once said, try to turn it off and turn it back on. So blessings to whoever you are. I don't know your name. I told her I would recommend her for her raise, and I am. I don't know how to do that. I did not receive any other... hey, how was your meeting with the Walmart customer? I didn't get anything like that, so there's no way I can do that. So Hope you're out there. Hope things are going well. So anyways, guys, all that to say, life's good, and I'm playing my PlayStation again, slowly but surely re-downloading years worth of games and trying to climb my way back through them. That was a long story, but you know what? That's real. It's real life. So it's nice. It's nice to know that there are some good people out there still, but there are also some bad people. Okay. Now, speaking of bad people, I'm one of them. Okay. I accidentally dumped a box of raisinets on a blind man the other day. Okay. And in my defense, I didn't know he was blind. Not that you should, go dumping old people candy all over anyone regardless, but I didn't know, all right? I tend to be a bit oblivious sometimes. So I was at the theaters. I know what you're thinking, Tristan. The theaters still sell raisinets? No, I had to smuggle them in. Okay, I went out of my way to acquire such precarious candy and sneak it and jingling through into the movies. And it was going well. I was, doing a little illegal move, I guess. Like, I felt pretty cool. And I sit next to this guy, and we're about 1 to 2 hours through the previews. And again, I'm oblivious. I see him, and he's wearing some sunglasses. I thought it was an odd choice. Okay, but he pulled them off well. Thought maybe he thought it was a 3D movie or something. But again, I thought he looked good in them. And everything's nice. Everything's cool. And at some point, I have popcorn too. And I'm feeling bold for some reason. I don't know what came over me, but just at this point, I felt like I was going to mix up my raisinets into my popcorn. This is an NBD. Never been done. Unprecedented, perhaps. Shouldn't have been attempted, but they don't call me Tristan Danger Sartoris for nothing. I also don't even ever eat raisinets. I don't know why I went and got them at the store. It's like, freaking health conscious, maybe? But I get these. And I'm trying to peel back the top of the box, okay? Because one, I snuck these things in. I don't want anybody to care. Those raisinets, we don't sell those. How'd you get raisinets in here? Those are old people candies. But also, I can't get my hand in there without jingling and making a bunch of noise. So I'm trying to peel back the top of the box so I can mix them into my popcorn. And I was being considerate. I was trying not to inconvenience the other people in the theater. But as I do that, I'm pulling, I guess, the freaking tactile military grade strength of these boxes is pretty durable. Because I can't freaking, Kip from Napoleon Dynamite. I can't do it. Or no, it's not Kip. Kip and Uncle Rico when they take it and the husband. Doesn't matter. Going to give that a tear. That's me with this freaking box. I can't do it. And I'm putting all my strength. Oh my gosh, just covered this guy in raisinets, filling his pockets and his shoes. He's just coated in this illegal contraband, and I felt so bad, dude. I was so embarrassed. I felt so terrible, and there's not much you can do at that point. All I do is just go, I'm so sorry, and he doesn't say anything back. Because I didn't realize at the time he had those little accessibility earbuds in, so it's describing what he's saying. So I thought he was just pissed, and I felt so bad. I felt so guilty. Sank into my seat. I couldn't even focus at the theater. I look over to my brother, and he just goes, "You're sick," which made me feel so much worse. I found out later he was just talking about me combining raisinets into the popcorn, but at the time it did not help my morale. So I sat there. I just sat there. I couldn't even focus. I just felt so terrible, man. It was such an accident. I couldn't even redeem myself. I couldn't even apologize because he seemed like he just didn't want any of it. And that's what life's about. Sometimes when you want forgiveness, you don't get it, but I had to offer it. I had to offer, my apologies and tell him I was sorry. And I didn't know that he still didn't hear me at this point. But a bit later, he does stand up and all these raisinets just kind of fall off of him, and then he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out what I could only assume to be a weapon, just and I was like, oh, hey, it was an accident, okay, but I don't know what's about to happen. I'm trying to be on guard. I was a Royal Ranger, okay, ready for anything, and you guys know me, okay, I would never fight a blind person unprovoked, but at this point I thought it was about to go down. Turns out he just went to the bathroom, and that's when I realized it was a walking cane. And he was just completely like, oh, excuse me, everything's okay. He came back, and when he didn't have that, and then I was like, dude, I'm so sorry about the candy. He goes, what? Oh, yeah, you're fine. So I got my redemption, but at the whole part of the movie, for like an hour, I just felt pathetic and hungry that all my raisinets and all my efforts, okay, for being a little candy thief, not even a thief, I paid for them, but you know what I'm saying, just went out the window, and it went bad. Moral of the story is that raisinets are, not to be trifled with, okay? So I tried to break the rules, and the rules broke me. It's still eating at me, and I know he forgave me. I know he's okay, and maybe he'll go home and he'll find himself a little treat. Go, oh, those raisinets, sweet. But hard, that's on me. A little bit of oblivious, and also just clumsy, I guess. Because regardless, even if he wasn't blind, I still would have. Oh, freaking sorry, dude. I felt so bad. I still do. But you know what? Not as bad as the guy who steered me wrong on both the forums and the internet should, because I lost my PlayStation for a while. What else is going on, dude? I went for a walk this morning, and this isn't even really a story, but I guess Candy Crush is back. I saw a guy, I heard the music of it. He was sitting on a park bench, and he lost. He threw his phone down, and he was like, stupid Candyland, Candy Crush, candy corn, candy canes, syrup. And I was like, whoa, gee, are you okay? And he's like, I'm so sorry, didn't, and that's what you do. And I didn't ignore him, okay, because I have manners, and also I heard him, okay, and so I know wasn't shot the blind guy, but he was pretty pretty upset. It was an egregious response, but I just thought that was very silly, and it's very nice. I love mornings. I love the morning walks. Okay, people are very kind. They're a bit, competitive, I guess you could say, but they do apologize, and they will forgive you. I don't know. I don't know if I can get over this whole raisinette thing. I didn't even get to really try it. I don't know what it tastes like in popcorn. And I don't even know why I felt so bold to do that in the first place, but I don't know. What else is going on? I have a couple things I want to talk about, but I just don't know if I can. I have a hand modeling gig I got to go do on a Tuesday, a couple days. And I've been trying to be so gentle with my hands, okay? Doubling up gloves while we go golfing. I haven't been working out, trying to make sure all my calluses are good and nice and dainty and fine, which doesn't make sense because they saw my hands as they were, and then they still drafted me, but it's like they were fine, and now somehow with me being extra careful, I'm being reckless. I just burnt a pound of ground turkey an hour ago, and somehow I cut myself, and I just started bleeding, and I don't even know on what, dude. I didn't have a knife. I just freaking balled up ground turkey, threw it in the pan, burnt it, but I don't know where I got cut, and I'm bleeding, and everything smells bad, and my hands are just it looks like I'm playing patty cake with Edward Scissorhands. Oh, gotcha. Rock, paper, scissors, 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 scissors. So anyways, yeah, it's a time. Is there anything else, dude? I don't know. It's such a short episode. I don't want to stop it. But the only stuff I have is pretty lengthy. I need to go to my aunt's house in a couple hours and go watch her dogs, and that'll be a grand old time, dude. Can't wait to eat all our food. It's just a favorite pastime of mine. The Browns, I guess you could say. The Browns, I will talk about this real quick. I have some critiques. I have some things I'm a bit upset about. And just questions overall. The Browns, they just hired another wide receiver who had another domestic charge. The running back that we drafted had another domestic charge. And our quarterback, as you guys all know, Deshaun Watson, has had, 40. I don't even know if they're called domestic charges. So I don't know why we keep hiring these people with very sketchy moral codes. And I think it's because they believe that if you win, it doesn't matter. They go, well, you climbed the top, the precipice, you've achieved the dream. They go, what about everybody? It doesn't matter, trophy. And that might be true, but we'll never know because you just hire these people who just, you take these big publicity hits and then you win 3 games a season. So now I go, well, you're bad and you have no morals. You would never apologize if you spilled raisinets on everybody. Obviously I did. Good guy alert. But I don't know why we keep trying to get more and more of them. And Deshaun Watson was supposed to be gone. They already announced that they were finished with this whole, it was a project. We failed. Tristan called it, and I did, and I'm so sick of being right. I really am, especially about the Browns. It's just, I don't know what they're doing. I really don't know. And everybody wants to be the smartest guy in the room. And let me tell you, it's not all that it's cracked up to be, okay? Because you work for this and you achieve such this wisdom. And now who do I go to? Like, who do I look to for answers? You know what I'm saying? Like, it leaves you with nothing but more questions. So, I don't know. But I'm very upset about it. And Deshaun Watson, he's trying to make some big comeback, I guess. And it's bananas. So everybody, if you have a prayer circle, get in it and just make sure that we that's keep people out, okay? I just want to win games, but not at the cost, honestly, of predators. And maybe that makes me a bad person or a bad sports fan, but I don't know if I can properly celebrate a touchdown. And then he spikes, he goes freaking, and you go, oh, what is he freaking, stop, you're gross. But it's definitely interesting on that front. Cracker Barrel changed their logo, and this is a bigger article. It's a bigger story than I thought it was going to be. I saw this and I thought, yeah, it's stupid because it is doing this whole little minimalist, middle modern, like most of these people, they keep redesigning their logos and they go for the absolute, the simplest, the easiest, the most minuscule thing ever done. And I feel like we're done with that. And maybe we're not. I'm not exactly a pro. I would love to get my uncle's thoughts on this, actually. He works more in this world. But I think it looks stupid. But if it makes money, it makes money. But it's so terrible, at least I thought, is that you removed everything. It just says Cracker Barrel in like a yellow, and they're like, it's the shape of a barrel. It's not. It really isn't. And you could argue the original Cracker Barrel logo was a bit busy. There's a guy in a freaking rocking chair and his arms up on another barrel, and over here there's a whole other like coffee bean with the Cracker Barrel, and underneath so the old country or whatever. There was a lot going on for sure, but it worked. It made sense. I mean, you could change things. I feel like you can put effort into some things without just making it look like you drew it up in Canva. You're like, I just typed it out. Arius, Times, Roman font. So it's just sad. It's just sad. But I looked that up because I was curious if other people thought it was stupid. And what I found, somehow, dude, it got very political. And people were going, well, it's just attacking the right-wing cultures and beliefs of what? Barrels? Crackers? I have no idea. I've never even, I've been to Cracker Barrel a handful of times in my life. Peanuts? So now both sides are upset, I think. But I feel like you guys are so jumbled. It's about the logo. The logo sucks. Nothing else. So it's people, dude. People. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still thinking about the raisinets, and I don't know if I'll ever stop until I can eat some. Not about the guy. Right now I'm thinking about just like, what do raisinets taste like? I'll never know. I worked so hard to get those in. So anyways, guys, what a blessing life is. It's a roundabout way, but sometimes, somehow, some way you can get your PlayStation back on, and, you can't be trying to mix raisinets and popcorn. I think the world fixed that for me. Maybe that was going to be bad. We're looking at this the wrong way. I'm feeling embarrassed, okay, and ashamed, but I should be looking at like divine intervention. God said no, and I should honor that. How poetic. It's a bar. And if it's a rap song, I would rap it like this. Full Circle. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This has been Full Circus. It will continue to be Full Circus next week. I have to go eat a bunch of burnt ground turkey because I spent the money on it. And I'm a sucker for a deal. So I guess that's mine. That's my meal. And I'll see you next week, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you. Oh, I don't know if I pranked you at all anymore. And if I did, I forgot about it. So that's honestly, that is a shame on me. Because if I'm feeling pranky, the least I could do, what the heck? Just listen to my stomach. Listen how hungry I am. The least I could do is, if I'm feeling so pranky, is confess or remember if I did it. So if I've told any lies, they're truths in my eyes. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.